There is a controversy here at Fresno State over the search and the cancellation of that search for an instructor in the Middle East Studies program. One prominent professor has quit in protest, and yes, it does have to do with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The professorship is named for this man, Edward Said. He was a noted scholar from Columbia University in New York, mainly for his advocacy of Palestinians. His views on the Israel-Palestinian conflict could be polarizing depending on your viewpoint.
Certainly the Arabs have a much greater claim because they've had a longer history of inhabitants, of actual residents in Palestine, than the Jews did.
Said died in 2003. The job posting said the position would be part of the Middle East Studies program in the Department of Philosophy. Part of the job application called for scholarship on Edward Said's intellectual legacy. However, in the middle of the search process, Fresno State put things on hold. We met Provost Lynette Zalesny in the Smith Camp Alumni House to ask her why.
That the search committee, number one, had in the beginning not been formed properly, and that there was not a philosopher on the search committee. And this was our mistake. This had not come to our attention. But what really brought light to the fact that we had an improper formation of the search committee was that there was a report, a discovery, I should say, that that there was influence from outside of the search committee in the deliberations of the candidates.
Zalesny would not elaborate what those influences were because of personnel issues. Dr. Vita Samian, a former dean at Fresno State who is in semi-retirement, called foul and resigned in protest. In a letter to Dean Saul Jimenez Sandoval, obtained by GVWire, Samian called the cancellation discriminatory and questioned whether it's because the finalists were of Middle Eastern descent. She then accuses Israel advocacy groups of influencing the search. Samian has been accused herself in the past of having an anti-Israel bias. Zalesny outright denied that those outside influences led to the cancellations.
There were allegations, unfortunately, that came forward that said that the university had been pressured to cancel the search due to the nature of the scholarship, and indeed the university never received any pressure from individuals or groups prior to the cancellation of this search. So those allegations are untrue.
Despite the controversy, and contrary to Samian's claims, Zalesny says Fresno State does foster academic freedom.
There's so many issues that we discuss at the university that are very sensitive, they're very controversial, but again, this is why we have a university. This is the place where those things are spoken about. And there will be, of course, people that disagree, but again, this is a place where we are trying to model respect for differences of opinions.
Stick with GVWire as we follow this story. David Taub, GVWire.